Dunleavy. Stay there. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court.
Why don't you talk us through what happened last night?
I've said all I'm going to say.
Did you give Vincent the tip-off about George Stubbs having drugs in his car?
Death. No comment. If I don't get to talk to Rob, you lot are going to have another murder to investigate.
Really?
You really want to take the risk?
Excuse me, I'm a police officer. I need to use your phone. Cheers. Yeah, police, please. It's Detective Constable Rob Brady. Yeah, I need police officers and a murder investigation team. A woman's been strangled.
Detective Constable.
Detective Inspector Rafiq.
Did you kill her?
No, of course not.
So what happened?
I don't remember. I think I was drugged. Saskia Dunleavy. She's in the passenger seat. I checked her vital signs, so there'll be some DNA cross-contamination. Other than that, I've done my best not to touch anything.
I'm sorry I've got to do this. Rob Brady, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Morning, Sarge.
Morning.
Any sign of Rob?
Not yet. Why are you asking?
Just wondering how his kids are now that his family are back and...
Detective Sergeant Cole. Oh, hi, Yasmin. Say that again. Is Rob okay? Thanks for letting me know.
What's happened?
You better come with me.
I'm actually pretty busy right now.
Shut the door. I've just had Detective Inspector Yasmin Rafiq on the phone.
Lucky you.
She attended a crime scene in Epping Forest. It was Rob that called in the 999.
How come?
Well, it seems he woke up in his car next to Saskia Dunleavy.
Sorry, remind me.
They're a witness in the Vincent Jarvis inquiry.
So what was she doing in Rob's car?
Oh, not a lot. She's dead. Been strangled, apparently.
Rob woke up next to a dead body.
Yep.
Is he all right?
Well, you tell me.
Sorry?
You were asking where Rob was just now. It was obvious you were worried about something.
I spoke to Rob yesterday. I told him what Saskia Dunleavy said to me the other night.
Go on.
She said if she didn't get to speak to Rob, that somebody would end up dead. Saskia told me she'd met Rob before when she was just a kid.
Under what circumstances?
She wouldn't tell me. I only wanted to talk to Rob.
So what did you do?
I called Rob, left a message. He rang me back yesterday afternoon.
What did he say?
He took Saskia's number and he said he'd give her a ring.
My head's still swimming.
We can delay if you prefer.
No. Just get it out of the way.
So when did you last talk to Rob?
He rang me yesterday evening around 10 o'clock.
And what did he say?
He'd just dropped a young woman off in Limehouse as a favour to Saskia.
Where had he picked this young woman up from?
A party near London Fields.
And what was this young woman's name?
We shouldn't be doing this. Billy needs to make a formal statement.
What was her name?
Elaine. She lives in a squat. I think Rob said it was on Thatchwell Street, number 22.
No, Billy, come with me. I'm going to take you to Detective Inspector Rafiq. This isn't our investigation. We need to stay away from it for Rob's sake.
Whatever's happened, I feel partly responsible.
No. No, you've done the right thing coming to talk to us, okay? Aaron will take your statement.
This way.
How's he doing?
Not great. He claims he was drugged. Can't remember much of what happened last night.
Can he tell you where the party was?
So he's given us a name, gallery space. We're checking it out now.
Whoever strangled Saskia, did they leave DNA on her neck? That could rule Rob out.
The lab are pretty sure that Saskia's killer wore gloves.
Either you take me to Elaine, or I drag you down to the police station and make your life a living hell. I'm a police officer. You're not in any trouble. I just need to talk to you about Saskia Dunleavy.
Which? What's she done now?
She's dead.
What happened to Saskia?
I'm sorry to say that Saskia was murdered. When did you see her last?
Last night. Just been a right pain.
In what way?
I was at a party at Giles's place. I'm a model. He hires models sometimes. It was a good laugh till Saskia showed up with some copper. Next thing I know, Giles was throwing me out.
And what was the police officer called?
Rob. He was okay. Drove me back here. With Saskia, who caused all the aggro.
Why would you do that?
She got it into her head that Giles was gonna do something bad to me. She's mad because Giles is a really lovely guy. It was Saskia who introduced me to him before they fell out.
What did they argue about?
Some skank who went missing. Saskia kept banging on about how it was Giles's fault.
What was this skank called?
Kitty. I don't know her last name.
When did she go missing?
A couple of weeks ago. Giles seemed to think that she went back up north, but Saskia was convinced something terrible had happened to her.
And your name is?
Giles, Abercrombie.
You live here?
Upstairs.
What is this place?
Gallery, performance space, you name it.
You had a party last night.
We certainly did. Can I ask what this is about?
We're investigating a murder. Saskia Dunleavy.
No. What happened?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me that. Was she here last night?
Yes. But she was fine when she left.
What time was that?
About midnight. She left with one of your lot. The police officer. They left together.
You sure about that?
Certain. I was worried he was too out of it to drive, but I didn't dare say anything. With him being a copper and all.
When you say out of it, do you mean he was drunk?
No way, not drunk. That guy had taken something.
Do I have to do this?
Your friend's been murdered and you need to make a formal statement. Detective Constable Farouk will look after you. This way.
Who's that?
Elaine Latimer, the young woman Rob drove home last night. I thought I'd save Detective Inspector Rafik a job. Track the girl down, bring her in.
It's very generous of you.
Well, you know me. All heart.
I've spoken to a witness who saw you and Saskia leave the party together just after midnight.
I don't remember doing that.
Okay. This is CCTV from a camera on the street where the party was held. It was taken at 5 minutes after midnight. Is that you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
Is that your coat?
Yeah. But that isn't my baseball cap.
You sure?
Positive.
We need to find this Kitty. We should still have access to Saskia Dunleavy's phone records. See if you can find a Kitty in there.
I hate to sound like a broken record.
I'm fully aware this isn't our investigation, Sergeant. If we find anything useful, we'll pass it on.
Kitty Maguire, 17 years old, grew up in Care, moved down from Manchester 3 months ago. I found a series of texts between Saskia and Kitty. Those texts stopped 2 weeks ago.
When I spoke to Elaine, she told me Kitty went missing 2 weeks ago.
So, Kitty could be dead.
Maybe that's why Saskia was so determined to get Elaine away from that party last night. Because whoever killed Kitty was there.
So did that person kill Saskia too? And if they did, why?
To stop her talking, presumably.
We need to pass this on to the official investigation.
David Bradford? Yeah, of course, mate. I'll be right there. Rob has asked to see me.
Tell him we're all thinking of him.
Will do.
What will I do with this intel?
Pass it on. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you from following it up, either.
I'll talk to Detective Inspector Rafik.
Do you want me to carry on looking into Kitty Maguire's disappearance?
I don't suppose it can do any harm.
See you soon. Billy said Saskia was desperate to get hold of you. What was that about?
She told me that we met before, when she was a kid in Care. I'd arrested the bloke that was abusing one of her friends.
But you didn't recognize her?
No, it was years ago. According to Saskia, I saved her friend's life back in the day. Then last night, she told me there was another girl in serious danger. She wanted me to go to a party.
And you went along with that?
Saskia was upset. Really distressed. When I got to the party, all I did was flash my warrant card. I asked the host to chuck a girl out.
Elaine?
That's right, Elaine. I drove her back to her squat in Limehouse.
And what time was that?
About 11 o'clock. Just as I was about to head home, Saskia texted me. She was still at the party.
And what did the text say?
Help.
So you went back?
I asked the host, Giles something, where Saskia was. He went off to find her. Then someone offered me a drink.
And you accepted him?
It'd been a really long night.
You'll be glad to hear that Elaine is safe and well. I brought her in.
Sorry?
She mentioned a girl called Kitty, a friend of Saskia's. No one's seen her for 2 weeks.
I don't want you anywhere near this investigation. Why do you think I called 999 instead of ringing your phone? Tell me, have you got access to the crime scene? The place where the party was held? Witness statements? Forensics?
No.
Well, then how the hell can you investigate? You and I both know all you're going to do is get in the way. I want you to allow Detective Inspector Rafiq to do her job.
I just wish they'd given it to someone else.
What's your problem with her? Are you being serious? Is there any female officer in this service that you haven't slept with?
It was ages ago, before I was married.
You're unbelievable.
Yasmin, we found some evidence relating to the Saskia Dunleavy case.
Has this got anything to do with David Bradford interfering with my witnesses?
The missing girl, Kitty McGuire, it's got to be worth following up.
It is, and we will.
And you want us to back off?
Look, if one of my team was under suspicion, I'd feel the same, but...
But you'd play by the rules.
I went back to that party. After that, I don't remember anything. All I do remember is waking up next to a dead woman. They've got CCTV of someone that looks like me driving my car to Epping Forest. Was it me? I haven't got a clue.
This will be okay. I promise.
Will it? You and I both know they're just words.
Why the hell didn't your team drive Elaine Latimer home?
Sorry?
She's just been abducted. From outside this building. 2 guys in a van. I've already circulated the registration and the photos I took.
Well, you were there.
Yes, I was there. But too far away to intervene. She's a vulnerable witness. You let her just walk out the front door.
She wasn't under arrest. She wanted to go. What was I supposed to do?
I'm gonna go and find her.
Detective Inspector.
What?
The minute you get a sniff of where that girl is, you hand your intelligence over to me.
Bad news on the van. The plates are false.
It doesn't mean we can't track it, though.
Of course, I'm still hopeful it might show up on ANPR or CCTV.
How did those guys know that Elaine was in this building?
They must have followed you from the squad.
I wasn't followed. I'd know if I was being followed.
Or Elaine told someone she was here.
Which means she must have made a call.
Elaine Latimer's phone switched off, so no live cell site. At 10:25, however, Elaine made a call on her mobile.
I brought her in near 9:30, so she was definitely in this building when she made that call.
Do you know who she rang?
Yeah, the subscriber is a Giles Abercrombie.
Both Rob and Elaine said the host of the party was called Giles.
It's got to be the same guy.
I thought you'd want to know. We found 2 sets of tyre tracks in the forest. Rob's, obviously. The other set were made by a wider commercial tread pattern.
A van?
Look, I'll level with you. My whole team think that Rob's been set up. We reckon someone else drove Rob's car to Epping Forest. What we've been wondering is how that other person got away.
In a van?
Yeah, that's how it's looking.
Giles Abercrombie has to be one of them. Elaine phones and tells him she's in this building. The moment she walks outside, he grabs her.
Trust me, we'll find them.
Wouldn't trust her to run a bar.
Elaine said Kitty went missing 2 weeks ago, around the same time Giles Abercrombie threw one of his parties.
So Kitty was there at the party?
Definitely. She posted about 100 photos. There were loads of her with this guy.
Who's he?
She tagged him as Xander. A quick check on Company's house tells me that Giles Abercrombie and Xander Gray are joint directors of 3 companies, including the one that owns the gallery.
So who is Xander Gray?
Trustafarian, due to inherit billions when his parents died. He was also at the party last night. And then there's this.
What was Gray accused of?
False imprisonment and sexual assault. The complainant was a 17-year-old girl.
Accusation was dropped.
The complainant changed her story. Said it was a misunderstanding.
In other words, she was paid off.
When she first went to the police, she told them that he got hold of her by the throat.
Sounds like a pattern is emerging. Okay, let's have a word with Mr. Gray.
I spoke to his PA. She said he's on his way to the gallery that he owns in London Fields.
Oh, that must be the place that Rob went to last night.
Right, we'll meet him there. Billy, you stay here, man the phones. We get a trace of that van, I need to know straight away.
Of course.
I want this locked down.
Sorry, sir?
I don't want Detective Inspector Rafik knowing what I'm doing.
What do I say if she asks?
Lie. Vivian, come with me.
We so shouldn't be doing this.
Is this going to take long? Because I am super busy today.
I'm Detective Inspector David Bradford. This is my colleague, Detective Sergeant Cole. We'd just like to ask you a few questions.
About what?
Where you were last night, between 10 p.m. and 1 in the morning.
I was here. At a party. For some of the time, anyways. I didn't stay too long.
With Giles Abercrombie.
Yeah. He's a business associate of mine.
Do you know where Mr. Abercrombie is now?
Right now? Afraid I don't.
Do you recognize this young woman?
No. Who is she?
Her name is Saskia Dunleavy. Ring any bells?
None. Sorry.
She was found dead this morning. Strangled.
I'm sorry to hear that. I do hope you find whoever is responsible.
What happened to your face?
It's my own stupid fault. I've just got a very lively puppy, and I got too close.
You should get those seen too. They look deep.
I'm fine. Now, is there anything else? Because I really must be somewhere.
That's it. Thanks for your help, Mr. Gray. We'll see ourselves out.
Billy, hi. Xander Gray's got deep scratches on his face. Can you find out from the lab whether they discovered any DNA under Saskia Dunleavy's fingernails? Yeah, thanks.
Smart thinking.
Well, it's worth a try. Anything to get Rob off. Where's he going?
Let's find out.
Do you think they've got a lane in there? I can't see the van.
There's only one way to find out.
We haven't got a warrant.
Life is at risk. We don't need one. What? I'm not going to knock on the door and ask nicely. What if these people panic and injure the poor girl? Or worse.
Please. David. Wait for backup.
You do not tell me what I should and shouldn't do, just because we shared a moment.
That has nothing to do with this.
Really? You seem to forget I'm your senior officer.
You're accusing me of being unprofessional. If you break in there and there is no sign of a lane, how will you explain that?
Unlike you, I'm willing to take the chance.
Well, it won't just be you in trouble.
You know, you're right. That's why I'm standing you down.
You're doing what?
Go back to base.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know. Take a taxi or a bus.
I can't leave you on your own.
Just go. That is an order.
Is he?
I'm a police officer.
Stop talking, or I'll do you some real damage.
What were you thinking?
Give me a hand moving, Hammond.
This is a nightmare.
This is David Bradford. Leave me a message.
What are we going to do now?
Will you give it a rest?
I didn't tell the police anything, I swear.
Because you thought you could get some cash out of me.
Billy, it's me. I need urgent assistance. Now.
The search team have found a shallow grave in Epping Forest. We think it might be the missing girl, Kitty Maguire.
So Saskia was right.
Yeah. Where are you going? What's your detective inspector up to now?
Who's that?
Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole, and I'm looking for my colleague, Detective Inspector David Bradford.
He's not here.
Well, I think he is.
Well, you better get a search warrant then.
Do you really want to play this game?
I don't know what you mean.
I also have reason to believe that Elaine Latimer is here.
Who?
This is all down to Sandra Gray, isn't it? Is Elaine okay?
Yes. But your mate, Copper, Sander locked him up. I don't know what to do.
What the hell is Giles playing at? Do not move.
Hello again. Sandra Gray, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
Let him go, Giles!
Get off me!
Stop, police! Hands behind your back.
Sandra Gray, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Saskia Dunleavy and Kitty Maguire. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Hello?
I'm glad to see you.
Here.
We told the girls we could get them modeling jobs. All they had to do was come to our parties.
Is that how you met Kitty Maguire?
Yeah. Saskia brought her. Sander told me what happened with Kitty. They were having sex. He said it was an accident.
Did you believe him?
Till last night.
When he strangled Saskia Dunleavy?
I went upstairs. She was just lying there. Sander said I had to help him move her body. Pin it on that police officer. He said I was already an accessory. Because I dug the hole he buried Kitty in.
Who drove the car?
I did. Sander made me put that detective's coat on. followed in the van. Look, I thought he was all right. I thought he was my friend. But he's crazy.
You don't look too clever, boss.
I'll live.
Did you find out why Elaine phoned Giles Abercrombie from the police station?
She'd worked out it was those two who killed Saskia. She was asking for money to keep quiet. I think she's learned a lesson.
Hello?
Hey.
We analysed the DNA found under Saskia Dunleavy's fingernails. It's a match with yours.
That will be because I killed her.
And why did you do that?
Because she wouldn't shut up.
And Kitty Maguire?
The same. Yeah.
What did she say?
That I was hurting her. Why couldn't you just keep her trap shut? Why can't any of you women ever stay quiet?
I heard a Sarge saved my bacon.
Well, it was a team effort.
I presume that means you didn't listen to a word I said then.
I did try to stay away from the investigation.
For about 2 minutes.
I did. I went for a coffee. Next thing I know, Elaine Latimer's being abducted right in front of me.
Hello? Sure. I'll let him know. That was Detective Inspector Rafiq, sir. She'd like to talk to you in her office.
Sounds like you're gonna get your leg slapped.
She should be down on her knees thanking me. We did her job for her. Go on, mate. I feel like a naughty schoolboy reported to the headmistress's office.
Well, I should report you after what you did today.
But you're not going to.
You know full well I can't, under the present circumstances.
I'm sorry.
You always are.
Can I buy you a drink?
I'm just gonna head home.
I think you might need one. A mate of mine works at London Central. And when you were there the other night, something got caught on CCTV.
What?
You and the detective inspector.
Has anyone else seen this?
I don't know.
What about Vivian? Does she have any idea?
No, she hasn't a clue.
What about you and her?
I've shut that down. Completely.